Hey, Mike again. I would love to do these videos a lot later after after I've conquered IBM, after I've gotten through it. I feel like that's a lot of the videos that we see, and the sound of that sounds much nicer than giving you guys updates and talking through when I'm in the middle of the struggle, and I am currently experiencing the ups and downs. Mostly downs, mostly frustration, just where my body not responding, or getting worse, or I'd much rather wait to the back end of this, if and when it comes, to tell you how awesome it feels to reach the other side. But I feel like it's important not to do that for you guys, and also not to do that for myself, because I feel like in some ways it can be more encouraging to hear from someone that's in the middle of things. At least I know for me, that's what I would appreciate. That's what feels like is missing from information and content, what little there is of anyone going through IBM, or in the middle of suffering and going through something. I feel like the success stories are great. That gives you some hope, but at a certain point when you're just stuck in it, it's like, I don't want to hear how you got through it, because I'm trying that and that's not working for me. We're all different. Bodies react differently to different things. We have different issues, maybe even having the same diagnosis, and maybe there's a different method that's going to help one person versus another person. So anyways, it would feel good to tell you and share a story when I'm on the other side of it, but I feel like it's important to speak to y'all and get this out there while I'm still in the middle of it. That being said, to that point, I had what could have been a really big setback. I had a fall. Previous falls that I've had, I had a fall yesterday. Previous falls that I've had have resulted in either broken bones or torn MCL. I've had multiple torn MCLs, multiple bone breaks, and those are big setbacks. Your body's already fighting against you. You're already losing muscle on an IBM. Your immune system's attacking your muscle tissue. Your legs are getting weaker, and when you have an injury setback like that, it can be pretty significant. It can be you're not only trying to climb out of this hole because of IBM, but on top of that, you've got to climb out of this hole of being injured while having IBM. And it's a double whammy. And in the moments when I have had those injuries, those are the moments where I've had the biggest emotional struggle. But I am thankful, and I wanted to share this recent fall with you guys. We got a new puppy in the house. I was already concerned. I allowed it, but I just knew that was my biggest concern. New puppy, being around feet, nipping at heels and stuff, and that was my biggest concern with the puppy. But I was still happy to have one around, and I've been careful. Yesterday I wasn't careful enough though, and got up off my chair, headed to the restroom, walking slow, trying to be careful, and I just didn't hear the puppy come from behind me. And we got two other older dogs, but the puppy, little quieter on its paws, and going to the restroom through our dining room, there's carpet, so I just didn't hear him, and my foot got caught as he was running through my legs, and I had what could have been a really huge setback. It wasn't, and I'll talk you through it here for a moment. My foot tripped on the small puppy. My forehead slammed on the casing around the door going into the bathroom, and I was actually very thankful for that, and I'll explain why in a second. Hit my head. I believe my legs gave out in the split second after that. My legs gave out again, that leg weakness, and my body turned in some weird way. I turned around backwards, so I entered the bathroom door, backwards, and I feel like I hit the corner of my back of my head here on the corner of the door opening. Hit my butt, thankfully. Again, it broke my fall. Hitting my forehead, landing on my butt, kind of broke my fall, and then I hit the back of my head on the floor in the bathroom. Thankfully, there's a small rug, and as small and as thin as it was, I was thankful that that was there. So it hit my forehead, hit the side of the door in the back of my head here, fell on my butt, and knocked my head back pretty hard on the floor. Immediately, I was like, what did I hurt? In fact, I just laid there. I didn't move at all, and I immediately had a pretty sharp pain in my back. And I'm pretty good with pain, so when I say sharp pain, like it was serious. It wasn't trivial. What concerned me the most was when I fell on my butt. I heard a crack, and I heard a crack in my spine, and that's what had me really concerned. Like, did I just seriously damage my spine? Am I going to be able to use my legs? Will my legs work at all? Like, I was kind of momentarily freaking out, and I'm just telling you what was running through my head. Again, split seconds, like moments after this, I'm just laying there, and those are the things that are running through my head. And so I'm on my back on the floor, don't want to move. My wife comes, like she heard the commotion. I was like, just stop, don't do anything, just give me a moment, And I'm thinking, so then I start kind of, my legs aren't flat out, extended while I'm on the floor. My knees are up in the air, so they're bent, they're at an angle, and I start just moving my knees kind of back and forth. Okay, good sign. And again, my strength to extend my legs is not there. So it's not like I'm doing leg lifts and like really testing things out. I'm like, okay, my legs can move. Good sign. So I'm laying there for a few more minutes, and my wife asked me if she could help me up, and I was like, no, just give me a moment. And I try rolling over to my side. Okay, back's not freaking out. I'm good. Long story short, okay, my back really hurts. I definitely heard a snap, but I am so far thankful as I'm testing and trying, I did not severely damage. Like, I still can feel my legs. They can still do some things, but why is my back freaking out? Anyways, that's the reality of IBM. You will have falls. My worst fear in this whole diagnosis, in this whole journey, is to have a fall like that out in public where I'm just stuck and I can't get up on my own. That's the reality of IBM for me, is my extremity strength is severely inhibited. So not only are my legs not working well, my arms aren't strong enough to help me get up on my own to supplement the loss of strength in my legs. Like, I'm down. I'm at the mercy of someone else helping me to get up. You talk about humility. Humility is a large part of IBM for sure, as well as other muscular type of degenerative diseases. It humbles you big time. And so thankfully I was at home. I had my loved ones around me where they could help me up, and if I didn't have them, I would have been sitting on the floor for a long time until someone had come home to help me get up, because I tried, and it was good in that trying to realize, okay, my back's not that damaged. It hurts, it's painful, but it's not that damaged. I tried to rotate, onto my knees to help, get to a stool to where I could pull myself up. Couldn't quite do it. I had done that quite a bit in the past, but couldn't do it yesterday. Just can't do it today either. I think that's a sign of my body just progressively, slowly, but surely getting weaker. But I was thankful that I had the help. I was thankful that this didn't appear to be a long-lasting injury. But my back was in some good pain. And of course, I rested, I iced, I prayed. And as the day went on, I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, no permanent back damage from what I can tell. I did want to wait till this morning to see, okay, how much did I bang up my head? How bad is my back? But I woke up this morning, things are progressing. But the point of all this is, you will have falls. I try to not be fearful in it preventing me from going out, but it is there, and I do have to fight against it. And I'm very, very thankful that this fall was not a major setback. I've had, like I said, broken bones, MCL tears on both knees, lots of head bumps, falling backwards. One of my dogs took my legs out one time, and that jacked up my knee. But I'm thankful that with the previous falls that I've had, and probably the more falls that I will have, that this one in particular did not provide a huge setback. It was momentarily, and it's just pain. Another thing that I'll get into in the future, sometimes on IBM, you just have to tell your body, pain's not going to get me down. You just have to get over the pain. You just need to toughen it up. And you know, there's lots of other emotions that go through this, but sometimes I just have to tell pain to shut up. That is not going to plague me. I can walk through it. And thankfully in this one, at first it was quite a bit of pain, but I've been not paying attention to it, and telling pain to mind its own business. And so far today's an improvement, and this one's not going to be a big setback for me. So that's awesome. See y'all.